Hi Mark, welcome again.
Hello, see you again.
So Labyrinth, it's out again on Blu-Ray DVD. Now, is that a bit of a nostalgia trip, or is that going to work?
I think that's it, really. It is a nostalgia trip. It's quite a scruffy, odd film. The story really makes no sense at all, and you have a well-known rocker in there with David Bowie, and that generally doesn't work, and you have a young Jennifer Connelly who's, again, no idea of what's going on. Were the 80s that flippin' weird? You know what I mean? Was everyone wearing those wigs and those clothes? Probably not.
And David Bowie, he's an interesting character to have as the lead.
Yes, he is, and he looks interesting as well with his giant hair. He also sounds quite strange, and it's one of those things where he sort of breaks into song now and then. Surrounded by sort of munchkins and goblins, he'll sort of go, right, dance, baby, you remind me of the Babe Trot. And then, like, I've got a crystal. Very, very strange indeed. I should say that Jennifer Connelly is rubbish in this as well. I mean, she's 14 and she's playing the babysitter to her own kid. And because she doesn't like the kid is spirited away to this world of goblins where king of the goblins is David Bowie. And to kind of get back to the kid, she has to go through a labyrinth, hence the title, and then get it back and maybe have a dance with David. I mean, I think it is kind of a taste that, you know, you either liked or you didn't back in the 80s, that whole Jim Henson stuff, and The Muppet Show, and Dark Crystal, which comes out the same day as this, basically, which was 82 and this is 86, and the Skeksis and that sort of weirdly hunched sort of bunch of characters that they made there, and you see just the same sort of version of them in this, whether you were one of those kids who liked sort of weirdy fairy tale sort of things and riddles and just creatures, basically. I guess it's a sort of, you know, early emo stuff. You know, I guess this is a sort of 80s version of the Twilight audience, people who liked a bit of darkness and kind of escape. And for that, you know, I think it does that as a job very well.
They're remaking a lot of 80s movies at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing loads. They're doing Romancing the Stone and Total Recall as well, and a third Ghostbusters. And, you know, I think you couldn't really remake this because when you see the kind of feature on how they put all this stuff together, it is just Jim Henson, his creativity about how you animate the sort of woolly monster, for example, is a sort of person inside doing all the sort of movements, and electrically they're blinking the eyes. Now it looks really kind of shoddy. Back then I think you have to say it was pretty cutting edge, basically, but you couldn't lift that and do anything else with it apart from make it CGI. And then, as I say, the story isn't really interesting enough to bother with at all, basically. It's just this thing where they did loads of sketches, I think, of the most fabulous creatures and decided, how could we meet them? Well, we'll have a sort of zoo, or a labyrinth maybe, and then we just, you know, go up to a door knocker. No, a talking door knocker, or a log that leaps up and goes, well, I'm a log. And when you're young, it's like, amazing, how does it do it? It's incredible. Now it's just like, when will it stop? Bowie at one stage just goes, I'm exhausted by all this. And you're like, I know.
So the people that are going to go out and buy this, these are the people who want a bit of a nostalgia trip, not anyone new going, oh, this looks like a good film.
I think so.
Out of 5, what would you say?
I'd give it 3, really. But if it was just the first time I'd seen it, I'd give it nothing. no, I'd give it 2. But 3, it is, you know, it is a piece of just strange, a world of its own cinema. So it's worth 3.